Now we need to define our resources that are going to be used. I've added an extra column here, so I might just delete one of those columns because I only need one. Just need a little bit wider to fit those names. And also I've got rid of the other sheets and just renamed this to roadmap because just trying to be tidy. So we know we have resources for 9 resources, a head count for 9 people through this 6 months. So I'm just going to quickly add a couple, then select those 3 and drag it down until we got a few. So we've got 9 full-time resources for that period, plus we have 2 contractors as defined in the scenario. So we're going to have a contractor up front, which is our concept artist, and we're going to have a contractor at the end, which is a extra quality assurance artist. Quality assurance tester. And obviously we don't have money for more people than that. So what I'm going to do now is define the kind of people that we need in our project. Obviously we're going to need programmers, and I'm going to make sure that we have a we want a sort of like a systems tool, and maybe UI programmer. So he's dealing with a lot of those low-level things, or the game framework things that aren't gameplay. We got enough people we need a lot of programmers. They are crucial to this whole thing. Actually, you know what he's got to do? He's got to do AI. Very important. The second programmer, we're going to have him focus on gameplay and the UI. So the first one is AI, which is artificial intelligence, how the enemies are going to behave when we're combating against them. And this guy is going to be all about gameplay. And then we need some designers, so let's add a gameplay designer. And let's make this guy a little bit more technical. So he's good with Kismet and can do a lot of good technical stuff, just to help with defining those systems and doing all the mechanics for the game. And then we're going to do a designer who is predominantly focused on level design, and we might have to give him UI as well. So you can see here already that I'm defining people with multiple skills. If we've got lots and lots of people can be just focused on one thing. They can specialize as a level designer only, or someone as a UI designer. But we've got a limited head count, so we're going to have to find people that can fulfill a couple of roles. Okay, so we're also going to need artists, and in the same vein, we need a guy that's going to focus on the levels, or environment as they like to be called, environment artists, and he's also probably going to help out a lot with props, all the little objects scattered throughout the environment. But he's going to work heavily with this designer to create those environments. Using CSGs in UDK is great, and you can lay things out pretty quickly, but sometimes you want a little more control over those the pieces that you're putting together. So the artist and the designer work together to define what the level pieces are, and the designer sort of works with those gameplay spaces and how it's going to work best for gameplay. Then we need an artist, and this guy is going to kind of do everything else. He's going to be working on the props as well. There's going to be probably a lot of things scattered around, but also the visual effects for the combat system, and probably a heavy focus on the user interface and the HUD and all the front end and all those other things that are sort of 2D based. So he's going to be a bit of a 2D artist, which will help because we've only got a concept artist for 4 weeks, and then this guy's sort of got to take over, or all the artists have got to help out. So the last artist we're going to need is a guy that's going to be our character focus. So he's got his work cut out, focusing on the character models, and he's also going to be an animator. A lot of times these people, these roles again can be split out, but we need people that have a bit more cross-discipline. Obviously there's also a sound engineer, extremely important for the production, as important as any other section. They should be working with the designers and the artists as they're creating animations and implementing combat systems. These guys need to be able to input or create all the sounds for those things, and also the music, the background music. So he could compose background music, all sorts of things. And then of course our full-time quality assurance tester. But we're also going to make him an IT guru. This is because, again, limited numbers. So I think that pretty much covers it. That should cover most of the systems that we have to develop in our game. And now we're going to go on with the actual defining our project stage. Thanks.